Welcome to the 15th Annual Hot Dish Revolution that is benefiting the Holland Neighborhood Association. We're at a great building called Solar Arts. It's a 3-story old brick building right northeast Minneapolis, right by the railroad tracks, and it gets most of its power from solar panels on the building, hence the name, the Solar Arts Bldg. Indeed, brewing is downstairs. This is a wonderful event. Really only happens in northeast Minneapolis. The Hot Dish Revolution in its 15th year has contestants from all over the state. A few years ago, someone came as far as Australia. Fortunately, they didn't cook the hot dish before they got on the plane. Just tell you a little bit about what we consider here. I'm Paul Metsa. I happen to be not only the host of the Wall of Power TV show, but I'm also a celebrity guest. By that I mean I get to sit next to a bunch of real celebrities. So, Harmar Superstar is here. I believe we have the head of the Minneapolis Police Department, politicians from the neighborhood, and more. Before we get started, I want to tell you about what this bad boy is.
Yeah.
Look at this solid oak carved. This used to be the bar in Johnny Cash's home in Tennessee.
Wow.
Now, what I think is funny about it, I think towards the end of his life, he had stopped drinking. But imagine Johnny being the guy that he is. Probably had it stocked with good booze and some good Tennessee whiskey when his buddies came over. Who came up with this concept 15 years ago?
Kevin Reich, he's now the city council person for Ward 1, but he was the Holland Neighborhood Project Director back then. I thought he was crazy, but it's turned out to be quite an event.
Well, he's northeast. He should be a little crazy.
Yeah, right. Huh?
So, how many contestants do you think we have today?
I'm guessing that we probably will get about 60 entries.
Wow.
It just, I mean, last year it was the snowstorm.
Right.
We had. I was ready to cancel it. The Holland Neighborhood Board said, no, you can't. I was the president last year, and it's like, okay, fine. And it was just going to be a flop. And it was just going to be an absolute flop. There was no place to park. We had the city coming in and clearing out snow for us. And
see how they are.
And right. And we ended up having just a great event. It was packed.
That's why you invited the head of the chief of police, or the chief of police from Minneapolis today. I got it.
And he couldn't make it last year. He couldn't make it last year. He was supposed to be a celebrity judge last year, and but yeah, we got him back this year. But at least the weather cooperated a little bit.
Gorgeous day today.
Oh,
and where was it previously held? It started at the.
Initially, it was at the. One of the halls, I can't remember.
Pulaski Hall.
Okay.
Where we did our showing.
And we had it at above Crescent Moon Bakery before it was called Football Pizza.
Central.
We had it at the Hot Dish or the Fireman's Museum for several years. It's 22nd and what is that? Madison.
Yeah.
22nd and Madison.
It's a beautiful, it kind of has the history
It's
of
a gem.
Minneapolis firefighting.
It's so taken for granted.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like how can we have something like that in this little neighborhood? It's the Fireman's Museum. Get people to go there; they'll love it.
Right.
And it's a great place to bring little kids.
Yeah. Now, what do you think makes Northeast Minneapolis so unique and cool? Besides obviously the history.
Well, I would say the people. I mean, I'm from Marshall, Minnesota, and it's a small town. Northeast has got that small town feel that I didn't really have that they didn't really have in Marshall, Minnesota.
Right.
And so it is a small town next to downtown.
Now, one more. This is the most important question so far. How would you describe the perfect hot dish?
Oh my goodness. The one my wife makes.
There
You are a politician, my friend. Kurt, let's have some fun. All right.
So who made the hot dish?
Janelle made the hot
I
dish.
made the hot dish.
Janelle made the hot dish.
And the apron.
Wow.
It's made out of bean bags collected by our friend that has a hobby farm. Hers has no
Those are really something else.
All right, we're here with another shaker mover in the Northeast neighborhood, Mr. Aaron Newman,
Hey.
who did this whole thing by himself pretty much.
No. Kurt, of course. Kurt and I, together with the Holland Neighborhood Improvement Association, helped organize this event, as we have done for probably since our 15th annual. I haven't helped every time, but I had my hands in the first one.
Oh, I thought you were going to say I have my hands full.
I do have my hands full.
This is the typical Northeast drink
Well,
way.
they gave me this one, and I was like, come on. That's what they gave me this one.
That's the Northeast dance.
What is that?
I believe this is 56 Brewing, the Sippy Sipper, like the Mississippi
Let
Sipper.
me try one.
Yeah, you want that?
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
To a very successful 15th Annual Hotdish Revolution. What do you love about the new Northeast Minneapolis?
Well, that's what I loved about the old Northeast Minneapolis, which is its creativity and its community spirit. So those are the two things that, while the neighborhood gentrifies and new people move in, we still have that core of creativity and community spirit. And I think we call it pride, and pride is a tradition in Northeast Minneapolis. Pride is a tradition.
What makes the perfect hot dish?
Oh, well, I enter every year. And so
What are your secrets?
My signature,
won't tell
my
anybody.
signature hot dish is the hipster hot dish. And what it is it's a layer of Haggis pizza. That's
Tell people out there who don't know what about Haggis Pizza.
Haggis Pizza is the bar pizza in Northeast Minneapolis. All the hipsters, that is what you eat if you're at the bar. You have a Haggis Pizza, nicely toasted in the oven, in the counter oven. So it's Haggis Pizza, portobello mushrooms, layer of cheese, layer of tot, another layer of Haggis Pizza, and then I do a sriracha infused hot sauce that infused with Grain Belt Northeast.
Wow.
And then what the secret ingredient, what makes the best hipster hot dish? It's a dash of irony.
Aaron, let's have some fun.
All right.
Thanks for your time,
Paul.
man.
Yeah, all right. The great Paul Metsa.
Ranger Mugisha.
Hey,
one
they
of the
want to do the
students,
video.
But I represent Edison in many sports, and I do well. That's how I made it here.
Did you make a hot dish?
No, I didn't make a hot dish. I'm here to eat it up.
This is the 15th Annual Hotdish Revolution. So it's the Holland neighborhood. We have a lot of breweries in Northeast Minneapolis, so many of them, as you see pictured here, have donated beer for our event today. So we're hoping that neighbors come out and enjoy themselves, meet each other, and have some good beer and some good food.
I'm sitting here with Cale Johnson, the founder of 56 Brewing, who's also been my neighbor, lives right down the street from me since, 99?
At least, yes.
Yeah, at least.
Sure,
If not,
at least.
no, I moved in 96.
Yeah, so then we're neighbors since 99, right?
So Cale used to brew this beer in his garage. So we
Legally,
spent,
by the way, in my garage.
Yeah. Whatever, Cale. But anyway, we used to have many fine nights. He had a little fire in his fire pit.
We were celebrating our 4th year overall to the public.
So, how many storefronts, liquor stores have
We're in almost all the local density off-sale liquor stores in the Twin Cities. So 180, 160 plus.
So this is the new concoction from 56 Brewing. Cale, what's the name and what is the ingredients?
Yep, so tried and true Sippy Squeeze, New England, Juicy Hazy IPA, Citra, and Mosaic hops. It's our #1 seller, taproom and in retail.
It's damn good.
I like it.
This guy is a film legend. Phil Harder has produced, I think, every video for Lowell. Correct?
Well,
damn near.
We celebrated our 25-year anniversary of working together this
Right.
year.
And what was the last one you did? I think you were walking around the Whole Foods up there in Duluth,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's always trying to work it out. I'm always trying to work that title out.
Right.
But we started shooting with them late '93, early '94, before they had their record out.
How did you hook up with Alan Sparhawk in the group?
There was a New York record company, and they only knew me from this area. It's like the only music video director they knew.
Right.
And so they sent me up to Duluth, and we shot it on the frozen Lake Superior in
I've
February.
seen that.
20 below zero.
Yeah.
And we've been working with them ever since.
What was the record company?
Vernon Yard, they put out 3 records. That's a long defunct record.
Right.
label. But I got a movie about them now where I took all their material and stuff we didn't release and compiled it into Low Movie 25 Years.
Oh, cool.
So I was thinking about that record label because we can't find the rights to those first 3 videos.
Yeah.
Because it's in the La La Land of defunct record label from 20-some years ago.
Where a ton of great stuff is, I might add. You just have been working on a project with kind of the granddaddy, if not the great granddaddy of the Minneapolis-St. Paul film scene, Al Milgram.
Yeah.
A good friend of both of ours. Al's 94.
He's 96.
Wow. But he's got the body of a 94-year-old.
And he just released a new film
Right.
in the festival this year, too. His own film called Singing in the Grain. One of his 3 features he's doing right now.
Right.
At age 96. And I gave him a little criticism. He's like, what'd you think? And I said, well, maybe a little touch up here and there. He's like, I'm done. I might die in my sleep tonight. Great.
This is the great Phil Harder. Phil's one of my fellow celebrity judges.
All right.
So we'll be seeing you more.
I'm doing the veg.
Beautiful.
Excuse me, ladies. Vegetables?
Here's my old buddy Tony Zaccardi, great bass player. He plays with everybody. He bartended at Grumpy's for years, still does it. But as of about a year or 2 ago, he bought Palmer's Bar on the West Bank.
Brave man. How did that go
That's
for
not
you?
it's just about a year now. I kind of can't believe I did it.
Yeah.
Not sure it was the best or worst thing that I've ever done in my life. No, I'm having a blast. I mean, it's a crazy little world down in the West Bank, and there's a kind of about the last bastion of the old school West
Yeah,
Bank.
absolutely.
And doing my best to kind of honor that and keep it alive. And
Do people come in and thank you a lot for
they do.
keeping it alive?
I had a handshake with a $100 bill in it from a woman who
Nice.
spent her formative years in the 70s there. She's obviously done well for herself.
Formative in quotation marks.
She was a broke kid running around the West Bank. I'm not so much anymore. Thank you. And gave me a $100 bill. I've heard a lot of stories. I get told stories all the time, but real quick, my favorite one is Greg Norton from Husker Du.
Yeah.
Comes in and he said the first time he went there, the buddy that brought him there, this was to be about early 80s. His buddy that brought him there said he went to Palmer's late 70s and there was a guy passed out in the very front bar stool right next to Kerner's spot, right inside the front door, dressed as Santa Claus, and it was July.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a perfect.
Well, he's just getting ready. You know, he has 6 months to prepare.
It's kind of a perfect. That's what that neighborhood is. So Eleganza and Romantica are my 2 main things. Now and then, I have a Guns N' Roses cover band for fun called Appetite for Zaccardi. But
And what's that called?
Appetite for Zaccardi.
Okay.
Jared Ullman from the 331 named it. I would never have named a band after myself. But Romantica's, Eleganza's putting a record out. Romantica's going to Europe in June. It's going to be pretty amazing. So,
Fantastic.
yeah, so excited.
I mean, this is a very cool neighborhood tradition, right? I love it. Ball's here, don't worry.
The incredible Aldo Moroni, the man whose bar tab kept the New French Cafe and Bar afloat for years in the 70s.
Many years, yeah. Until my art dealer died, and then, yeah.
And all of your other dealers. So you're celebrity judge.
So I'm doing it, you're doing it. For the
Okay.
beautiful Hot Dish Revolution, the original Hot Dish Revolution.
Now, have you been here since the beginning?
I've done it, I think this is my third time.
Okay.
But I tell you, this year I have a doctor's excuse, only Jello mold. I'm not doing hot and spicy, no.
Really?
I won't do it. I'm telling you, because it hurts me. I have to go to the hospital if I do hot and Jello.
How would you describe your art?
I'm the emperor of my own world.
Yes.
So yes, I create imaginary existences in worlds based in history, and I use whatever materials, but mainly I like to build in ceramics because it's beautiful and it changes, and I can, play out my history games. And they're big. They're very large, elaborate worlds, and then some of them I do a lot of public art too, and things like that. And then I have smaller lines too for the home or the office. Are you ready?
All judges, please report to the back judging area. All celebrity judges, please report to the back judging area.
But if we want to go for everyone, this is over everyone. I have a couple of new ones for anybody.
This is the first time I've ever worn a chef's apron in my life. And the reason why? I don't know how to cook.
Oh, that's what they give you. Okay.
Has everybody signed the posters? Has anybody not signed a poster?
Just for saying hi, have you done this before?
Yeah, I have. This is my second year, so I'm excited. I love it. I'm a huge fan of eating a bunch of food in the middle of the day and drinking a beer.
And this event once a year, and a big deal for Northeast.
Yeah.
And tell me about Northeast.
Well, I live in Northeast Minneapolis, and I love it. And there's a bunch of weirdos that live around here, and that's why it's always a good time.
This is one of my best friends from Northeast. This is Catherine Hayes. Her and her wife own the best fish and chips place in Minnesota called the Anchor on 13th, and what's the cross street?
13th and 3rd.
And how long has the Anchor Fish and Chips been there?
We're going to be 10 years old on October 1st.
I'll never forget.
10 years old.
I bumped into Catherine at Zydewick's hardware store, like just hours, the day before they're going to open it, just hours before the city inspector was coming, and she was sweating bullets. I don't know if you did the paint or paintbrushes or whatever, but you did it.
I'm not from America, so I was feeling that people might be cryptic that I'm not American and I'm judging this, but I actually make a really good hot dish. I do the beef, a lot of beef and the tomato sauce with the pasta in it, and lots of cheese on top. 3 different kinds of cheddar, and it's to die for. And I introduced it to my parents many years ago, and my dad's like, "I'm not eating that stuff." I go, "Try it, Dad. It's really good." And every time I come home, he goes, "Please make that for me again." So
you never went back to Ireland. He stayed there.
He loved it, especially I like it thick with the meat, and fresh tomatoes. I do use canned.
So how long do you cook it for, and how hot?
So about 350, 45 minutes, and the last 15 minutes I put the cheese on. So an hour total.
Magda, tell me about your Polish pierogi hot dish.
So I had to invent a recipe. So it's layers of sauerkraut, bacon, scallions, potato cheese pierogi, sausage, and then they made a roux with potato, carrots, onions, Vermont cheddar, and smoked Gruyere.
Wow, sounds fabulous.
It's very rich. Very rich.
Is this your first year?
It is my first year. I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm sure it's going to be fabulous. Thank you, Magda.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Rondo's not here. He was going to be on the Theater Crowd Excellence. Excellence in public service, Theater Crowd Excellence. Okay, so Nuria, Steve Fletcher, and Tara Kennedy, or is it Tara?
I'm Tara, but I'm vegetarian.
You're a vegetarian.
We've got enough judges, so.
So, Paul, what's your category?
Fins and feathers, which is perfect because I'm Finn.
George, are you required to eat dessert first then? Is that the
That's
is that
my
the
job.
plan?
That's the job that I can do.
Hotdish Revolution! The judges have gathered their samples. They're judging right now, which means, ladies and gentlemen, are you hungry? All right. It's kind of like a free-for-all. Like we can just sort of do it orderly. That would be very Minnesotan of you.
So far, yeah, lots of entries and
Lots of entries, lots of energy.
How many people do you think we got in this room?
I would be 300 to 400 probably.
So do you also do other things for the Solar Arts Building?
No, I'm a realtor and I'm on the neighborhood board of the Holland Neighborhood Improvement Association. This is our 15th annual Hotdish Revolution. We are in the heart of Northeast Minneapolis, the Holland neighborhood, and we say it's the neighborhood with the most heart. So this is a signature community building event for Northeast Minneapolis. We tried it as a fundraiser. It doesn't really work. We just want to. It's not about that. It's about bringing people together, sharing in the spirit of community, of creativity, and of course, Minnesotan hot dish.
And this beautiful room is all being powered by solar, isn't it?
It is.
Solar power.
It is.
Beautiful day.
It's the Solar Arts. Yeah, exactly. So it's a completely eco-friendly building, and it's an art building. And we have maybe 6 or 7 art buildings in Northeast Minneapolis, and that started a long time ago.
Are you girls in line for more?
Actually, this is the one we made, and we just test taste it a little bit.
Good luck. Looks good.
Thanks.
So, do you guys think you're going to actually get some hot dish?
I am guessing that probably not, because there's so many awesome people here that paid what we did too, but that's okay. It's worth just experience. It's worth just being here.
So, do you guys have a favorite?
Not yet. Just trying them all.
Trying them
Really good.
They're all really good.
They're really good.
What's your favorite so far?
The buffalo chicken.
Ooh. What about that Jello, huh?
Haven't tried it.
So, what's your favorite so far? All of them?
I haven't tried enough of them.
Ooh, I think you're going to actually get some hot dish. What do you think?
So excited.
Unlike me.
You get the smells though.
Ooh, you guys got in there early.
I was the first one.
You were first in line? How'd you manage that? Wow, good job. So what happens here? Do you have one judge
Here's
from
the
each of
problem.
the categories at the
Here's
table?
the problem.
Oh, that is a problem.
It's like I'm in kindergarten again.
Improvise ball, we can do it.
Are you full yet? Oh my God, I don't even think I could eat that much food.
Well,
How about
Stretchy
you?
eyes over here on the camera. Filming people while he's eating.
I appreciated your interpretive dance earlier. That was very nice.
I got this. I got an appetite for the Midwestern culture.
Willing to take that bullet.
The bacon chocolate crunch isn't that bad.
I like it.
What did you submit?
It's called the WWJD. What would Judy do?
Now, who's Judy?
Her mom. It's my mom. Yeah. It had bacon, cheese curds, tater tots, Havarti cheese, and a jalapeno blackberry jam. With jalapenos. Yeah. It was our twist.
For 2019 Hot Dish Revolution, Tater Tot Excellence category, the runner-up is Emily and Liz Loren. The winner for the I Made It 2019 Hot Dish Revolution is Ezra Kuznia. Revolution in the spicy category is Ben Rummel. The winner of the 2019 Hot Dish Revolution in the spicy category. The judges put their heads together, and what they came up with, something special from Jerry Hickerson! Next up, if you don't eat meat, you're a vegetarian. The wild rice, roasted cauliflower, and mushroom. Combine those 3 things, and June has a recipe for success. And the winner of the 2019 Hot Dish Revolution People's Choice Awards is, drumroll please, Laura!
I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Wall of Power TV, shot by my esteemed producer Andy Watson and his lovely wife Priscilla, who I bequeathed the chef's cake to. What a wonderful afternoon. They had to raise a ton of dough here for the Holland neighborhood.
Yep.
All the judges put on a few pounds, and there was some great stuff. Great afternoon. Can only happen in Northeast. Thanks for watching Wall of Power TV. Tune in next week. I'll save you a seat.